I got a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so the picture, the person was wearing white clothing.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
How would you think?
Where'd you used to work?
White male. Well, it doesn't matter what.
Where did you used to work?
Listen, Glenn. Listen.
Did you work for Honeywell?
Yeah.
Oh, don't touch my camera, sir. You just touched my camera.
Don't point your camera inside this building.
You just grabbed my camera.
I didn't grab anything.
You absolutely did, sir. It's on video.
Right.
3.5. I'm not.
Now you're on private property, though.
No, this is a sidewalk.
But you were over here earlier.
No, I was not.
Okay, that's what they're.
The camera doesn't lie.
Okay. Well,
so,
are you gonna
so,
let me see your camera?
so according to this,
are you gonna let me see your camera?
No.
Okay. So I don't know.
Not me.
Imagine being stopped on a public street minding your own business when a police officer accuses you of a crime you didn't commit, almost running you over in the process. The officer demands your identification while you refuse, confident in your rights. What follows is a tense exchange where personal pride, legal boundaries, and police authority clash. As the situation escalates, the person being detained threatens legal action, leaving everyone involved questioning the limits of law enforcement power. Let's delve into this heated confrontation and explore how easily a seemingly small misunderstanding can spiral into a legal battle.
What do you want to know?
Because you're being detained, you're not free to leave.
For what?
Okay, for theft. The people up here at Safeway, something matching your description.
So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to tell you that you're illegally detaining me and you're going to get sued.
Okay, that's fine. Why don't you sit down and buckle up?
I'm not going to sit anywhere. Get your sergeant here.
Okay, he's on his way.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you sit on the bumper?
I will not sit on the bumper.
Okay. What's your name?
Listen, you've made the biggest mistake of your life.
Okay.
You have no idea who you're talking to. You've approached the worst. I'm not going to tell you, but
okay.
You've made the biggest mistake of your life.
Okay.
And you are going to lose your job.
Okay.
If you could have picked out one of a million people, you've won the lottery.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. You've won the lottery.
Okay.
So you are going to find out the hardest way you know.
Okay.
And you're going to lose your job.
Okay.
And you're going to be invested by the FBI.
Okay. Can I just ask you a couple questions?
No, you can't.
Okay. Were you just up at the Safeway right now?
I'm not answering any questions.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So we're just gonna hang tight for my sergeant to get in here. Okay. And then we'll figure out what's going on.
We can do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you, I'm detained. I'm about to be arrested for nothing. This cop pulled me over for nothing. Oh man, if you could have won the lottery, you've won the lottery.
Okay.
You have won the fucking lottery.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So we're just gonna hang out then, wait for my sergeant to come up, and then we'll figure out what's going on at the Safeway. Sound good?
No, doesn't sound good.
Well, why not?
Sounds like you're an idiot.
You wanted my sergeant to come here.
And then after that, I'll ask for the lieutenant, and then after that, I'll ask for the captain, and then after that, I'll call Washington State Patrol, and then after that, I'll call the FBI.
Okay.
Okay? Now you're gonna look like a fool in front of your sergeant, okay? He probably take one look at me and tell you to leave. That's probably what's gonna happen. So where's your body cam?
I don't have one. You're my body cam.
Yeah.
Don't have a report. How many units do I have coming my way?
You're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Where is your sweatshirt?
What sweatshirt?
And your beanie hat that you had on.
My sweatshirt and my beanie hat.
Yeah.
Be more specific. What did it look like?
You had a gray sweatshirt and a white beanie hat.
Did I? You know false detainment's a crime in Washington State? Do you know that I'm very aware of the laws in Washington. Okay, well, you'll be very aware of the FBI because the FBI investigates Edmonds PD all the time.
Okay.
So.
All right. Where's your sweatshirt.
Which one?
Your gray Seahawks sweatshirt.
Gray Seahawks. Do you think I'm a Seahawks fan?
Yeah, I do.
You think I like the Seahawks?
You were wearing a Seahawks sweatshirt.
Was I?
Yeah.
And you have me on camera, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go review that camera.
We will. Next time.
No, I think you're going to find out the hard way.
Well, why is that?
You're making the biggest mistake of your life, and you've already been told this a million times. You have no idea who you're talking to.
Who am I talking to?
You have no idea what's about to happen to you.
Who am I talking
You have no idea the amount of people that are going to come to that police station and surround that police station.
Who am I talking to?
So don't touch me.
Hey, Glenn.
Let's tell him who I am. Let's tell this guy who I am. Let's inform this guy who I am.
Hey, Glenn. So I know who you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So right now you're just being detained because you match the description of a suspect. Okay?
And how do you know me?
Okay?
How do you know me?
Apparently he's talked to you before.
Apparently, you've made the biggest mistake of your life, and this guy, he's already acknowledging that. How do you know me?
That's not the suspect.
That's not the suspect.
Yeah.
How do you know me?
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah?
I came over to the store, okay?
Yeah?
I got a picture.
Yeah?
Okay, so the picture, the person was wearing white clothing.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly what you're wearing right now.
Yeah?
How would you think?
Where'd you used to work?
White male. Well, it doesn't matter what.
Where did you used to work?
Listen, Glenn. Listen.
Did you work for Honeywell?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what
you
happened?
did, didn't you?
And then what happened?
Yeah, you did. You cried like a little bitch to HR.
Because of what?
You cried like a little bitch to HR.
Okay.
It's what you did.
Okay, and then.
I'm a little Vietnamese guy from Vietnam, and
Okay.
he's attacking me. He's making fun of me.
We don't need to.
Oh, yeah, you're a crybaby.
Photo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
now you're going to get reported.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
425-771.
Where's the sergeant? Where's the sergeant?
425-771.
Where's the sergeant, you fucking retard?
And you can
You
can
fucking
call. Okay,
retard.
We're done.
Yeah. On your way, bitch. On your way, bitch. Yeah, I was badly injured. One of your officers pulled in here, almost hit me with his vehicle, accused me of robbery 1 with deadly weapon. Said I was wearing a gray Seahawks shirt, wear a beanie. Accused me of robbery. When he pulled in, he went on the curb, and I had to almost maneuver out of the way, and I ended up twisting my leg, my lower back. So I'm feeling a lot of pain right now. I'm not able to walk. I need an aid car.
Okay.
So
Did you get the officer's name?
I couldn't get his name. His 2 initials and his name I can't remember.
I'll have 8 come in.
What's that?
8's right around the corner.
Okay, is there like a lieutenant so I can report that officer?
Yeah, so I'm a corporal, and my sergeant's also on his way up.
Okay. And then 2 other officers showed up, and then Mitsui, I think his name is.
Okay, yeah.
And then Win, and then Win knows me because we worked at aerospace together, and he was under me, and he did confirm that on the video that he knows me, and we had a past. So there's a past history there where he made some false claims to the corporation, and so he did lie, and he wrote a letter to corporate. So I'll be reporting him too. Mitsui, he kind of just walked away. He didn't do nothing. He kind of knew what was happening. He knew I wasn't the suspect.
What are you saying that Officer Nguyen did?
Sorry, what?
What did Officer Nguyen do?
When and me have a history
Okay.
at another company before he became.
What about today? What are you reporting today?
So I'm reporting his demeanor, his aggression, and he lied on the camera about our past. Like he said, you know,
What do you say?
he made some false claims to the corporation, saying that I talked about his heritage, his Vietnamese heritage. Said I'm a racist. Made a lot of claims to HR. Not a very credible person. Not someone to swear an oath to a constitution. The lies he made and the stuff he did was real.
Did he do anything? Did he say anything to you today?
Yeah, he got belligerent. He did tell the other officer that I'm not the suspect, but he got real belligerent and kind of like was yelling and kind of like he wasn't happy. He wasn't, you know.
Which leg is it?
That's my left leg.
Left leg? Okay. All right, we'll come take a look at you.
I thought they were here for me.
There.
Okay, they were talking to him.
Hi there.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not too good. One of the officers almost collided with me and almost hit me with his patrol vehicle, and I almost stumbled and hurt my my leg and my lower back, and I'm having trouble walking.
Okay. Where were we at when it happened?
Right there, right where that pole is. He pulled onto the sidewalk. I thought he was going to run me over. He accused me of robbery, one with deadly weapon.
What would you like us?
I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital and get.
All right, let's go.
I can't walk.
All right, we can grab our bed and bring it over, okay?
Okay.
How'd you walk over to here?
I limped. I've been limping. I can limp, but it hurts.
Yeah, can you limp? Let's limp over here.
I don't really want to hurt it any more than it is.
Okay.
I don't want to do any more damage than what's.
Go, Glenn.
How's it going?
You're good. So, hey, I know you explained to my partner, but what happened with the officer?
So I was walking southbound on 99.
Southbound on 99. Okay.
Yeah, and he
on
literally
this side or that side?
this side right here.
Okay, gotcha.
And he literally like flipped a U-turn and got right where that white truck is.
Okay.
And almost hit me with his vehicle. He got out and said, "You're a suspect for robbery, one with deadly weapon. You're wearing a gray Seahawks sweatshirt."
He said that to you, or were
Yeah.
you talking to somebody else?
Me.
Oh.
He accused me of robbery, one at a store.
Okay.
I told him, "You got the wrong guys. It's the worst day of your life. You've won the lottery. You don't know who I am." And he wouldn't back off, and he was holding his gun. He wanted me to put my hands on the hood of his car. He wanted me to sit on his bumper. I refused.
Okay.
He wanted me to identify myself. I refused.
Okay.
He said I'm being detained.
Okay. Was there another guy that he was with? I thought he was on a shoplift call.
He said something about robbery. Said I was wearing a gray Seahawks sweatshirt.
Can you scoot your hips this way a little bit?
This way?
No, to your right, towards the top. Scoot your hips all the way.
There you go.
There you go. Kick your feet up.
Are you recording this?
I am.
Is there a reason?
I was threatened by an officer, and I'm going to take him to court. I'm going to sue him.
So,
I'm not recording you, it's more the officers.
all right. So once they're gone, you're stopping recording?
Exactly.
All right.
All these seatbelts.
10/6/1986.
And it's CERIO.
You got it.
And do you have a middle name?
I don't.
Do you want your arm out? One end or two ends in Glenn?
Two.
All right. It's coming up, all right?
Yeah, this is fun.
This interaction serves as a stark reminder of how quickly things can escalate when rights are questioned and how important it is to understand the boundaries of law enforcement's power. Whether you're the one detained or simply an observer, the key takeaway here is to remain calm, stay informed about your rights, and handle such situations with both dignity and knowledge. The line between legal detention and unlawful restraint is thin, and knowing how to navigate it could make all the difference in the outcome. Remember, justice begins with understanding and respect for the law, but it also requires the courage to challenge it when necessary. Now imagine walking down a public sidewalk minding your own business when you're suddenly confronted by security personnel who tell you where you can and cannot point your camera. As tensions rise, the officers begin to question your intentions and things quickly escalate. What started as a simple act of filming a building on public property becomes a clash of rights authority and personal freedom. Let's dive into this encounter and explore how a public lawful activity can quickly turn into a confrontation over the limits of law enforcement's power and our individual rights.
Hey guys, so today I'm in downtown Washington, D.C. Now, a couple years ago, I noticed this rather suspect-looking building with all these bullards everywhere. It's 1111 18th Street. And they always have this hangar door open. I'm pretty sure, not completely sure what this is, but it could be a Secret Service hangar. And it's got this rather suspect... What?
What are you taking a picture of?
This building.
That building?
This building. I'm sorry? I'm on the public sidewalk. It says don't photograph that. Pretty odd request.
Yeah. I'm so glad you told me that.
What are you taking pictures of?
This building.
You can't take a picture inside the building. You take a picture on the outside of the building.
I am outside the building.
No, I'm saying you can't shoot pictures inside.
So I
You can
can't
shoot
point my
outside.
camera in that
No,
direction.
not inside. You can take anything outside.
All right, well, that's not really the way cameras work.
Okay.
You understand that?
Do you understand that I'm letting you know that you can't take a
politely asked
picture inside?
Multiple times now.
All right, well, now I'm just filming because you asked me, and that seems like a very odd request to me.
Okay. All right, we'll do it a different way.
Why are you guys acting like this? I'm on the public sidewalk.
Correct. And you can take pictures as long as you want, but you can't take a picture inside. You can take a picture of this
All right,
building.
well, I'm not inside.
No, you can't point your camera inside this parking.
Are you suggesting that there's a law preventing me from doing that?
I'm letting you know that you cannot take a picture inside here. You can take a picture.
Are you saying it's illegal to?
I'm letting you know. I just explained it to you.
No,
Now,
but you're saying...
You take it however you want. I just explained it to you. And I'm not going to keep
what's your name?
explaining it to you. That doesn't matter. I just explained it to you. And don't point your camera inside the room. Yeah. All right.
Well, it does kind of matter your name if you're telling me I can't do something that appears to be completely lawful to me.
Okay. Well, you take it however you want. I just explained it to you.
All right, well, I'm definitely not doing anything that some random person who hasn't identified himself to me does.
You have a nice day.
All right. Oh,
again,
don't touch my camera, sir. You just touched my camera.
Don't point your camera inside this building.
You just grabbed my camera.
I didn't grab anything.
You absolutely did, sir. It's on video.
Don't point
Please
your
remove
camera
yourself
inside
from my
this
space.
building.
I'm not comfortable with people grabbing at my
move
camera.
yourself away from this building then.
All right, do you want to let this gentleman know that there's nothing illegal about what I'm doing right now?
I don't know what you been doing it.
Well, these guys just come out and tell. I'm filming on the public sidewalk. I was literally just walking by, videotaping all the buildings, and these gentlemen come out and tell me that there's some reason I can't be doing what I'm doing, which is
You can do whatever you want. You just can't film inside this building. That's what I just said.
All right, well, I'm on public property, and there are no laws about which way you can point your camera on public property.
You can't film inside.
I'm not inside.
That to him. I'm not going to explain it to him again.
All right, well, if I'm doing something illegal, you can arrest me.
You can move on.
You can cite
You
the
can move
code.
on.
I know I can, but I choose not to now that you guys are acting like this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that you're telling me that you grab my camera and you're telling me that I can't do it.
I will have your camera. I reposition your camera.
All right, so now you're admitting on camera that you were messing with my camera gear.
You said I grabbed your camera.
What's it? That's what it appeared to be to me.
Have a nice day.
All right. I can't hear you. I'm not inside the building. Sorry?
What you doing? Just taking
Standing on a public sidewalk, taking photos.
You just taking pictures of everybody?
Yeah, well, these guys, I was just walking down the street, but these guys came out and started telling me where I can point my camera. So I figured that now this is something worth pointing my camera at.
Don't get yourself in trouble, man.
I don't think I will. I can't hear you. I'm sorry?
Do you have some identification?
Why would I need that?
Because you're filming government property right now. So let me see some.
Who are you?
Sergeant Holland. Let me see
Sergeant
some ID.
Holland of the Uniform Division Secret Service?
Let me see some ID.
Absolutely not, sir.
Then you need to proceed
I need to proceed.
away from this building.
All right, this is a public sidewalk.
Are you
why?
going to do that, or are we going to escalate this?
You can escalate whatever you want. I'm standing on the public sidewalk engaged in a perfectly lawful activity.
You cannot film inside the building.
I'm not inside the building.
You're filming inside the
All right, so
building.
there's some law determining where I can and cannot point my camera while I'm on public land? Really, what law would that be?
Yes.
What law would that be?
That is our property. We do not want you filming it. Do you
So if
understand?
you're in public, you can film anybody's property that you want, as long as you don't walk on their property.
We don't want you filming that.
All right, you might not want that, but there's not actually a law preventing it, sir.
Yes, it is. Because
What
I'm
law?
telling you that you can.
All right, so you can trespass me.
So you're disobeying a lawful order.
Yes, because I was just walking down the street, and your guys come out and start grabbing at my camera and telling me which way I can point my camera.
So you're upset.
Well, I mean, it seems, yes, I'm upset that guy grabbed my camera.
Okay, because he's trying to do his job.
Well, that's not even close to his job, I can guarantee you. You can ask your guys to stop harassing me on the public sidewalk.
Okay, are you going to proceed so that they're not bothering you? Or are you going to make this more of an issue?
Well, now that they've bothered me, it's kind of like a thing now. Like, they're telling me where I can and can't walk, and where I can and can't point my camera on public property.
and we don't want you filming it.
All right. You not wanting me to do something is different than it being illegal. So can you please cite the statute that determines
so
where I can and can't?
There's no statute. But if you're going to continue to do something that we don't want you to do, we're going to end up detaining you. So if you want to make this a...
All right, there's no statute, but you're going to detain me?
If you want to make this a lawful situation...
Go. Am I being detained?
We can go there. I'm trying to give you an...
All right, if you want to detain me, go ahead. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to leave the spot.
Okay, all right.
So am I being detained?
Yeah, in a second you will be.
No, am I right now or not?
No.
Okay.
I'm giving you the opportunity to leave. No.
Well, not that you're saying there's no statute, but you're going to detain me. Do you realize how ridiculous of a thing that is to say?
What it means is, put it this way. We're asking you not to do something. You're continually...
Right, the way you asked me not to do a lawful activity, and your friends asked me not to do a lawful activity, is the problem itself, right? So now it's kind of a point, right? Because I'm doing a lawful activity. You're telling me you're going to detain me for doing a lawful activity.
Film in here. You want to film
That's not a lawful order, sir.
You can do that. I'm asking
you not to. Sir, I can film whatever way I want in public property. No, you weren't asking me. Your guys were ordering me to, and you're saying you're going to detain me for doing a lawful activity.
Because what I'm going to do is find out who you are. It's called an investigative stop.
You can go ahead and find out who I am, but...
let me see some identification.
Well, I don't actually. So we're posted the unlawful detention. Sergeant Holland unlawfully detained me. What's your name, sir?
No. I didn't unlawfully detain you.
Oh, you absolutely did.
For my safety.
I'm done talking to you.
For my safety.
Sergeant, can I have a second?
All right, so what was the statute? Because before you said I was violating no statute.
I asked you for identification. You chose
not to identify yourself. That's a secondary. All right, so refusing to identify is a secondary offense.
Understand something.
First, you have to have reasonable, articulable.
I do not know who you are. For my safety and your safety, I made sure that you wasn't a threat to me. Do you understand that?
I was holding a camera, and you had no right to detain me without reasonable, articulable suspicion that I had committed.
You have a backpack. There could be explosives in here. You're standing in front of our federal building.
So you have the right to detain anyone who walks by here wearing a backpack?
No. You are standing here.
All right, that's not unlawful.
And you refuse to leave.
That's not unlawful.
That is a problem for us.
It's a problem for you. It's not unlawful.
You mind if I have a second, Sergeant?
Yeah. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you my name, but I'm going to talk to you.
You're not going to give me your name. You're a Secret Service uniform division officer, and you're not going to give me your name right now.
Correct. I'm not required to. Okay, but I'm trying to talk to you like a person.
I believe that's your policy.
I'm trying to talk to you like a person.
Are you saying that's not your policy, sir? I want to know who I'm talking to before I talk to you.
Okay. I can see you're shaking. I can see you're noticeably nervous.
Yeah, because I was just...
Look, hey, I don't know what happened prior to me getting here. I'm here to try to help resolve this, okay? Nobody's gonna hurt you. I see you're visibly shaken, right? I'm just trying to help out, okay?
All right, well, I would like you to identify yourself before I talk to you.
What I'm telling you, okay, is you have a right to be on public sidewalk, okay? I'm sure you're familiar with the law.
And I have the right to film anywhere I want from the public.
Correct. You cannot stand and block entry to a vehicle exit
or a
pedestrian exit.
I was not.
I'm not accusing you of doing that. I'm telling you for future reference, okay? You cannot stand in front of a vehicle entrance. You cannot block a pedestrian
I was
entrance.
right here where I was illegally detained. This is not a vehicle or a pedestrian entrance.
Okay. I mean, there's a loading dock here.
Well, technically I was right here, so you know. You put me there.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
I'm telling you from here on, okay? You cannot stay there. You cannot stay over there. Okay?
I can stand right here. There's no law preventing me from doing that.
Yeah, that's you're right there. You're dangerously close.
No, right here.
Okay.
Behind the barricade where I was when he illegally detained me.
Okay, that's fine. You can stand there. You can do that. All right. You cannot harass individuals coming in and out per vehicles or on foot. Okay?
You're individuals. I did not talk to anyone who did not address me first.
Again, I'm not accusing you of doing anything. I'm trying to explain what's happening.
So why was I detained? What was the crime that I was detained for?
I don't know.
What was the crime that I was detained for?
The security personnel down here.
That's not a crime. I'm not hearing a crime. What was the crime I was detained?
You were investigating who you were.
That's not a crime.
Are you able to?
You keep saying it's a crime.
well,
I'm telling you.
That's not a reason to detain someone.
Because you're standing in front of our building. I told you that a million
That's not a
times.
reason to detain someone.
I just told you
Standing
exactly
in
why
front
what
of
I
your
did.
building on a public sidewalk is not a reason
As far
to
as I
detain
know,
someone.
right now you're good
All
to
right.
go. Because you're no
What's your
longer-
name, officer?
Can I ask you something?
You're going to refuse to identify? All right, well, I see it right there. It's James Fisher.
Can I ask you something? What
You can ask. I'm not sure I'll answer.
Like I said, I'm just here talking to you, okay? You don't got to be defensive with me. I'm just here talking with
Oh,
you.
I don't know who I've got to be defensive with after that.
Okay, look, I'm not going to hurt you. Nobody's going to hurt you, okay? You're out of cuffs. You're standing up. You've got your shit. Nobody's trying to hurt you. Okay, I'm just trying to talk to you like a human being here, bro. All right? What brings you over here?
Your officers came out and started harassing me. That is the reason that I stayed.
Okay, well, obviously you were over here prior to that happening. So I'm just asking, what brings you to this
Yes,
area?
I was walking down the street filming.
You're walking?
And they come out and tell me which way I can and can't point my camera.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
So you just stayed because they told you couldn't?
Yeah, because they were trying to issue unlawful orders.
Okay, well, you understand you're standing right at the entrance to a federal building. That's
not
cause
a
for
crime. Cause for alarm is not a crime, and it's definitely not a reason to detain someone, Sergeant.
This situation highlights the fine line between lawful public activity and the overreach of authority. While filming on public property is your right, this encounter serves as a reminder of how easily things can escalate when that right is challenged by those in power. In these situations, it's vital to remain calm and informed, assert your rights without confrontation, and know when to stand your ground. Always remember your rights to free expression and to challenge unlawful authority are fundamental. Don't let anyone take that away from you without question. Now imagine standing on a public sidewalk, minding your own business, when a group of security officers approaches you, questioning your right to film and demanding your identification. What started as a simple act of photography becomes an intense back and forth about your rights, their authority, and the very nature of public space. As tensions rise, both sides dig in their heels, unsure of where the law ends and authority begins. What happens when the line between personal freedom and legal overreach becomes blurred? Let's dive into this fascinating encounter and uncover the complexities of law enforcement public access and individual rights.
Well, this is federal property. You're taking pictures of federal property?
Who are you, sir?
Well, what does it look like? I'm in a Halloween costume? This is federal property.
I guess if you say you're in a Halloween
Well,
costume.
there you go. This is federal property. You don't need to be photographing.
I'm asking you who you are.
Or the federal property.
But before you start
Got it?
running your mouth, why don't you explain who you are?
You need to go.
You go. Go back to work. Delivers the mail.
Property. You don't
You are dismissed. You are dismissed. You then call the cops. And then you'll get educated. You'll get educated. I'm gonna document your education today. Why don't you go read poster 7?
I know what education is.
Then why don't you go read poster 7? Go read your poster 7 on the inside, sir.
About what?
Photography. Not to mention, you marched, standing in the middle of the street, marched across where federal property is over to where public property is, and started barking orders about nothing. Barking orders about nothing. Barking orders about nothing. Don't talk to you. You came to me. You came to me, nitwit. You came to me, nitwit. I didn't come to you. You walked from your property all the way up. Oh, so what? Do something about it. Do it. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Just curious what you're up to, that's all.
I'm doing a little bit of photography.
Okay. Somebody said, anytime the post officer, like, here's a guy out there just sitting there videotaping.
It's in their policy to be able to do that.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Just curiosity.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a post office. I figure, I've seen 3 drop packages and them almost hit that Jeep. I don't know how many times we own those big orange carts out here.
Oh, okay.
So, something you don't see every day.
Right. It's just, sometimes different companies do different surveys and all kinds of stuff, so you never know what's going on.
just a citizen. So I'm not doing.
right.
I'm just staying on public property and.
Oh, yeah. You're totally legal. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, that's what yeah, this gentleman over here was coming out here, one of the loaders.
Oh.
So, you know, and he was standing in the middle of the road yelling at me. I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought he actually came almost all the way across the street.
Oh, wow. I only get half the story.
Right. I mean, he was really yelling.
Okay.
I really thought he was going to. I thought I was going to have to call you there for a second.
Sure. Yeah.
Just,
you never know.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
So, and then.
Yeah. That's fine. Are you from Plymouth here?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm just passing through.
Ah, gotcha.
So just passing through, doing what I'm supposed to, and get my work done, and then pushing on. So I'd like to get home sometime tonight or tomorrow, I hope.
Cool.
So.
All right, man.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right. Thank you.
Boy Scout handshake.
All right. Well, I got left hand is.
You got the camera. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty locked up. I can't let go of it.
Yep.
So. All right.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Howdy.
How you doing today?
All right. You have any ID on you? Getting calls of suspicious people again, so
Would that
I know
be
you're over there by the library, so.
Would that be a misdemeanor or a felony?
What?
Suspicion.
Well, you're.
Because according to
trespassing.
34285,
Right.
3.5, I'm not.
Now you're on private property, though.
No, this is a sidewalk.
But you were over here earlier.
No, I was not.
Okay, that's what they're.
The camera doesn't lie.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you gonna let me see your camera?
So according to this.
Are you gonna let me see your camera?
No.
Okay. So I don't know.
Not
You're
I mean
against theirs, right?
Not unless you're going to arrest me for something.
You have your ID on you?
This code right here specifically.
nothing to
Yes.
do- what's it say?
Huh?
What
It's
is it?
35285.3.5.
Right.
Failure to ID. It only says I have to ID if I'm being charged with a crime. Do you suspect me of a crime?
Yeah, trespassing.
Show, I need. What's your reasonable articulable
You have
suspicion?
ID.
What is your reasonable articulable
asking you for ID.
suspicion?
I'm asking you for ID.
What is your reasonable articulable
'Cause I asked
suspicion?
you.
I'm not under any requirement.
What's that?
That's my Fifth Amendment right.
What's that got to do with
I'm
it?
invoking it to remain silent. I'm not going to waive it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to speak to you without my lawyer at this point.
Well, you want to call him?
I don't answer questions.
See, now you don't want to talk to him. I'm going to read this, okay? You want to go?
What's your badge number, sir?
Property?
What's your badge number, sir?
3900.
You've been very professional. Thank you.
I know. See, like I said, the complaint we had was using video in cars in here.
What's your name, sir?
Where?
What's your badge number?
6671.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes.
So you would know about asking for ID.
You don't want to answer mine,
You're a
I'm not
public
gonna
servant.
answer
You have to.
No.
You're under an obligation. You're a
I'm
public
not.
servant.
No, you can talk
Public
to my
servant.
chief.
Bring him down here. I'd love
No,
to.
You can talk to him.
Okay, I'll go there next.
Stop in it right down the road.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the building, but if he wants to come outside, that'd be great.
That's a public building. You can't go. The lobby is fine.
Well, this is a public building. I mean,
But it's also private property.
it uses government resources.
But it's
So,
also
but
private
if they said I'm over here, this is still public access. You realize that?
private property.
Do
If
you
they don't want you on their property,
look,
they can say
handicaps. Nobody's come out here and said that, and I have to be
they're
I have to be
fucking
given
us 'cause they don't
I
know
have
who
to be
we are.
given the right to leave. Nobody's come out here and asked me to leave.
I can
If you're
ask
going to
you
say
to
for
leave, but that's all right.
trespassing,
You just-
if you're going to say trespassing, I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's asked me to leave.
Well, when I was talking to you earlier,
Yes, sir.
it was a little unusual because we don't have someone walk around video to, so just out of the ordinary. Why I was down there earlier, so I haven't been in to talk with them there, but it could be that they're a little bit afraid to come out because you never know these days what'll happen.
What do you mean what'll happen? I have I have a Nikon, not a Canon.
I understand, but but I'm just saying, how they, people doing things nowadays. You don't know if somebody's got a weapon on them, if they're gonna.
Oh, I'm totally unarmed.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, I have no weapons on me whatsoever.
Because sometimes people do a lot of research, before they. That's why.
This is Division of Family Resources, not to mention the WIC building.
Oh,
this is a government entity. If they rent space out of here and they have a public parking area, it's public.
Well, it's public access.
Yeah, public access, which means I have a right to be on it if I need to be on it.
Right.
If I want to walk through here and walk around and do the horseshoe, that's fine. That's my business to be on here to see if the WIC office is maintaining their property. If the taxpayer dollars is getting the trash out of here, making sure it's not, I mean, there's not enough parking. Everybody's parking on the streets. Everybody's parking where they're not supposed to be parking. So if I wanted to walk through here and count all the parking spaces, nobody can tell me no. I have business on the property, if I was even on the property, which I was not.
You stayed on the sidewalk?
Other than when a guy was walking with his child, I entered the public easement area over on this side.
There, yeah. Okay.
Yes. I've never where you're standing.
Right. I know, but you understand.
Over on this side.
There, yeah. Okay.
Yes. I've never where you're standing.
Right. I know, but you understand, he just asked you for ID to know who you are, so we know you're not a convicted felon, criminal, anybody that would have bad intentions.
Well, I mean, how do I know you're not?
Well, because I am in uniform.
Well, that doesn't mean you don't have any internal affairs investigations upon you or him for criminal activity.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't be working the street if we had criminal activity suspicion.
I have no idea. I don't know what your policies are.
Okay. I know you say you're not from around here, so. So you from Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See, I mean, it's just what I'm saying is we would be gone already. Just show an ID. You're legit. Everything's cool. We're out of here.
But I haven't broken a law.
I understand, but that's what the way the call came in about being in it.
But where's the proof?
We'll figure that out. Don't worry.
I'll say, where's the proof?
I understand that's what he was checking.
Okay. Am I being detained?
I believe so.
So I'm free to go.
I mean, he's got your card there.
Well, I've got a dozen more.
Do you?
I just need that one because it has his fingerprints on it.
Okay. Sure.
Or he can have it, whichever I determine.
Yeah, it's your card, so.
But I'm not being detained.
I'm not detaining you, no.
Is he detaining me?
He didn't say he was, so. It's kind of.
And the other guy, where's the red vehicle? The fire commissioner. You just guys allow him to park all over the sidewalk whenever he, kind of like this guy, to block the sidewalk. I noticed down there at the fire station, him and another vehicle block.
The red one?
Yeah, they block. I mean, I'm handicapped, so they block the pedestrian throughway so that way citizens have to walk in the street.
I've seen that. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, not only that, but this guy did it too when he pulled up to go talk to him. Oh, you even got that on footage. This guy, the K9 unit.
K9? Okay.
Yeah, pulled in sideways, backed in.
I don't know who started that down there. Gosh, that's been ever since I've been here. The fire chief has always pulled. I don't know why they like to park in that front.
So they're exempt from the law.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is there's not. It's a whole driveway out. The sidewalk's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
like
tapered.
This.
Yeah, it's tapered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But it's still a pedestrian throughway, because there's no garage door in the way.
Not in front of the.
Right.
Not in front of the
right.
thing.
Thank you, sir. Am I being detained?
We're just waiting to see if they want you no trespass.
So am I being detained?
You are till they tell us.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
What did I just tell you?
I'd like your supervisor out here. Call a supervisor because you're illegally detaining me. You cannot show me what I'm doing wrong. Are you illegally detaining me?
We'll find you.
Well, I'm a bright freaking vest. Of course you're going to find me.
Am I holding you?
I'm asking if I'm being detained.
Am I holding you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining
you?
Or
am I free to go?
Bye.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay, right?
Bye. On the sidewalk, right.
I've always been on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Or the public easement.
How long is your battery good for?
Considering I have several battery backups, about 18 hours.
At least you got a nice day.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
I said, excuse me, I don't want to walk between you guys and get shot or tased.
Well,
I'm going to go that way.
Shoot at each other with you walking between.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm giving you notice because I want to see if there's any emergency lights on.
Plenty path there. Emergency lights.
Yeah, I mean he's well. A lot of times the officers, no lights in the front, emergency lights in the rear. He doesn't have any emergency lights. He's parked in a no parking area. I just want to see.
No parking sign?
You tell me.
I see a no parking sign.
Okay. I do see him blocking the driveway though. The entry.
Where?
Right there on the curve. If I was parked there, I'd get a ticket. But I don't see the emergency.
right, well, they don't want you on their property, so as long as you stay off the property.
Well, don't shoot anybody, don't tase anybody, and don't stick your dog, and don't beat your wife either.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
You are clear not to go on the property, correct?
You are clear. Don't beat your wife today. Don't beat your wife. Don't smoke crack. I mean, you understand those things, right? Don't drink and drive.
This interaction serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between personal freedom and authority. While it's clear that the officers have a duty to protect the premises, the individual's right to act freely in public spaces should not be compromised. It's essential to know your rights and stay calm when faced with authority. In situations like these, understanding the limits of law enforcement's power and asserting your own rights without confrontation can make all the difference. Always remember, knowledge of the law and confidence in your rights are the greatest tools you have in navigating moments of tension.